guys, welcome to the channel as always, and I'm going to be doing the valve guides on the cylinder head, and I'm going to use the press to press them out. There's two real ways of doing it. One, you can use the an air hammer or the press. Don't be fooled into thinking you can just tap them out with a normal hammer. I've got a scrap cylinder head, and I hammered one out with the hammer just to show you. And let's see if I can get it into focus. Where are we? Here we are. That was using a tool on it to press it out, and it takes chunks out of it. The problem with that is, obviously, then that's going to come, you're going to push that out, hammer that out, and it's going to gouge the surface that it needs to press against, and it can gouge it quite bad. The other thing is, as well, when you're hammering it, you can mushroom the top, and then if you do get it out, it will destroy your head, because it'll just gouge it all the way down, or you can end up having to drill them out. So, for the sake of, I think you can pick an air hammer up for about 20 quid off eBay or something like that. But if you've got a press, even better, even easier. There's two, obviously you've got your inlet and your exhaust valves. The exhaust valves are the longer ones. And these, these don't, that is a new valve, I've just had it in. These don't, or shouldn't need honing out or anything like that. Not that you're going to have a tool to hone that out. So yeah, you just take your time with it and just slowly press them out. Put that back in there. These obviously, I'll get that one back out again. Organise yourself, Craig, come on. Right. Obviously two different size valves. Your exhaust valve is the smaller of the two. You can't really put them in wrong, to be fair, you know. And so what? I'll move this camera around and see if I can see it better. You can see. You're checking for a bit of play to check them. That's actually got, I don't know if you can see on there, but it's actually got probably over 1 millimetre of play, so they're cheap enough. We'll just replace them, you know what I mean? If you can't, if you haven't got the tools to push them out, push new ones in, a machine shop or a garage probably will. And they don't charge the earth for it, you know. If it costs you 40 quid, it's money well spent. I mentioned in the previous video we weren't sure about the valve seats. I've sent plenty of pictures to a friend of mine who's got the tool to read round them. He's going to pop round, and once I've got the new guides in, he's going to pop round and he's just going to give them a quick going over. He says they'll be fine. Regrind them, lap the valves in, job done. Yeah, but I'll finish my cup of tea, get on to take that over to the press and press them out. Right, obviously I've just got the tool in there for pressing them out. The exhaust ones are usually the hardest ones to get out. They're the ones that have the most heat and carbon build-up. And try and make sure that your tool's central, and also try and make sure that it will go all the way through. And just, there we go, gone. How much easier it is with a press is unbelievable. When I was hammering the one out of that strap head, and there we go. and it's yeah, easy peasy. And it took me ages to hammer it out, absolutely ages. I'll do another one for you, and then I'll get all these out and show you putting them back in. Hopefully it should be a quick video today. See the inlet valve cracked straight away. No hassle. Right. Yeah. Easy peasy. Right. I'll get all them out and then I'll put the fresh ones in. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down and do the exhaust valves first. And so what I'm going to do, I've got a, what is it, an 1/2 inch socket. Come around so I can show you. And I'm going to use an old exhaust valve. Use the socket so it slots, so as you can see that's tapered there. So it slots round it, and it sits perfectly on top of the valve guide. So I'm going to use that to press it in. And that way it shouldn't do any damage at all. So let's give it a go. Right, what I've done, I've given it just a quick squirt of this stuff. It's like WD-40 stuff. Giving it a quick squirt of that. Hopefully that'll fit straight under there like so. Make sure you've got plenty of light so you can see what you're doing. And hopefully this will go in hassle free. It's not even registering a ton of pressure to get it in there. That's it. Jobs are done. That should come off of there, and that's perfectly not a mark on it. So balance that. Literally just a little squirt of that, just to ease it a bit. I'll do this one, and then the press really makes really light, easy work of it. Obviously make sure it's clean. Another thing while I'm doing this about painting cylinder heads, I don't paint inside. For the simple reason, unless you can 100% guarantee that paint is going to stick, if you've got any oily residue in there or anything like that, the paint is not going to stick. And it'll flake off in big chunks. It'll flake off in big chunks and end up blocking up oil filters and passageways and stuff like that, so it's just not worth it. Nobody's going to see in there anyway. So unless your head has been thoroughly chemically cleaned, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It will come off and it will block oil ways and stuff like that. I've also I'm speaking to a guy on Instagram. I'm sure that's in the middle. And he's asking about pressure testing the head. And should he get it done? The simple answer is yes, really. He was asking because obviously I haven't had this one tested. For simple reason, I can't get anybody around here to do it. The only guy I knew who I used to take these to retired. Didn't tell me he was retiring, or I'd have brought loads of his tools off him. And he sold all his tools as a job lot. So, and the other, I can get it done, I can go out of town and get it done, but obviously, living in the age of Corona, going out of town's a bit of a no-no. And as my missus has some health problems as well, I'm just not willing to take the risk. But I've no idea whether you can hear any of this, by the way. I've had quite a few of these heads tested, these old cast iron heads, and I've never ever had one that's cracked. Aluminium heads, yeah, they crack all the time. They crack just for fun, but yeah, these cast iron heads, I've never had one crack. So that's why I'm not bothering with this one. Right, that's nearly all the way down there. That's it. That's the exhaust valves done. And doing that with that on there, even if you're using a air hammer, do it the same way. Yeah, you're never going to mushroom the top of it. Right, I'll get them inlet valves in. Right, so yeah, that's them in. Simple process. Everything about Land Rovers is so simple. It's quite daunting, you know, you've never done anything like this before. It can be quite daunting to get your head around, but just take it one stage at a time. Concentrate on doing one thing at a time. Don't get your head all burdened down with multiple tasks. It gets too much, it really does. Try and stick to one job. I'm saying that because I've got multiple jobs going all over the place at the minute. One thing to look out for, I'll see if I can get you on. You know, using the press, you've got these little locating dowels for the rocker shaft. Try not to squash them. They're very important for locating it. Yeah, and should you get your head tested? Yes, if you can get it tested. It's not too expensive. It's a bit of a no-brainer, really. Like I said, I just can't at the minute. I'm not willing to put license. My missus has got autoimmune disorders, and I'm not willing to put her life at risk. I've had several of these tested, and I've never, I had with tens of thousands of miles on, well over 100,000 miles on, and I've never had one cracked. Aluminium heads, yes. No, the other, they don't. I said I've never had one crack. The only place I've ever seen them crack, I'll see if I can flip that over, is between the valves. You might see a little hairline crack between the valves. But apart from that, yeah, I've never had one fail a pressure test. So yeah, it's peace of mind if you can get it done. Like I said, don't paint inside the head unless you can get it, unless it's chemically cleaned and it is spotlessly clean in there, because otherwise the paint will come off and it will block your filters up, you pick up for the pump and you know, your main oil filters and all sorts. It'll block oil waste. You've got that, like that thin little pipe. Let's see if I've got one here. That, I mean, what size hole is that? It's probably about a 2mm hole going through there, and it wouldn't take much to block that. What else was I going to say? Well, what I was going to say as well is these, if anybody, the skew gear for the fuel pump, and yeah, you've got your oil pump shaft goes in the bottom of there, and your fuel pump in the top. If anybody knows anywhere that reproduces these, please let me know. I've seen several places advertising them online, but nowhere ever seems to have them in stock. It's not very often they wear out of tolerance, but they do. And it's a shame, because it's one of them things, if things like this stop getting reproduced, it will eventually be the death of the 2 1/4 diesel. Because if you can't get the parts for it, you can't repair it. It's as simple as that. They're very hard to get hold of, so if you've got some of these, keep hold of them. Also, if anybody knows, I mean, I've never used one. I've just out of interest. The proper timing tool, you can't seem to buy them anywhere. I've been searching for the last 2 years and I can't find one. I've never used one. It'd be interesting to see whether it makes it any easier, rather than oh, that's what I'll do. I'm not going to video putting all the timing gear and the camshaft back in this engine. I've done a video already. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time on there. I'm droning on again. I've done a video already. I'll put a link. I'll try and put a link at the end of this video. The video is about an hour long. And if you search on my videos, you'll see it. It's fitting the camshaft, skew gear, and timing chains. So there's no point in me doing it twice. It's an hour job. If I'm filming it, it takes me 2 hours. So, and it's just going to be exactly the same video. So yeah, may as well just try and put a link on that. I'm talking fast now, 'cause I'm trying to get it. I can see it. I can see the time clicking away. It's getting a bit long. Yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, Instagram, CSM Retro Restorations. Any questions, give us a shout. Any suggestions, you think I'm doing anything wrong, or you've got a better way of me doing it, better way of doing things from what I've been doing it, yeah, please comment and let me know. Thanks for watching. See you soon.